Welcome back. Let's do question 5.2. Determine the value of the following expression without using a calculator. So we have the expression cos 90 degrees plus theta over sine theta minus 180 degrees plus 3 sine negative theta. Right, I want us to remember the following. We want to simplify this trigonometric expression, so we have to remember the following. Remember that cos 90 degrees plus theta is equal to negative sine theta. These are the core functions. 90 degrees plus theta is in the second quadrant, and then cosine of an angle in the second quadrant is what? Is negative. Remember that. So that's why we have negative sine theta here. And remember that cos 90 degrees minus theta is equal to sine theta. 90 degrees minus theta is in the first quadrant, so all the trig ratios here are positive. And then we have also sine 90 degrees plus theta, which is in the second quadrant, and then sine of an angle in the second quadrant is positive, so we're going to get cos theta. And then sine 90 degrees minus theta is equal to cos theta. Remember that 90 degrees minus theta is in the first quadrant, and all trig ratios are positive here. So these are the core functions you have to remember. So cos 90 plus theta reduces to negative sine theta. Now let's discuss this. And then here we have theta minus 180 degrees. Remember, when you look at the cast diagram, if you look at the angles in the Cartesian plane, we know that in the first quadrant we have angle theta. In the second quadrant we have 180 degrees minus theta. So our angles must be in this form. And then in the third quadrant we have 180 degrees plus theta. Then in the fourth quadrant we have 360 degrees minus theta. So how can we write this in this form? We have to factor out negative 1. We have to factor out negative 1. So it becomes sine negative, and then when you factor out negative 1, this becomes negative theta. This negative 180 degrees becomes positive 180 degrees. So it's 180 degrees minus theta. Okay, it's like swapping these around when you factor out negative 1, and then plus 3. And then the other thing I want us to remember is the negative angles. Negative angles are angles in the fourth quadrant, because we'll be measuring angles in a clockwise direction. So these are negative angles. And then using our cast diagram, we know that only the cosine of the angle is positive in the fourth quadrant. So we can say that sine negative theta is equal to negative sine theta. Cos negative theta is in the fourth quadrant, negative theta is in the fourth quadrant, and cosine of an angle is positive, so this is cos theta. And then tan negative theta is equal to negative tan theta, right? So 3 sine negative theta will be 3 times negative sine theta. Okay, now let's simplify what we have here. Or again, here on sine negative 180 degrees minus theta, we're going to use this. This is equal to negative sine theta. So it means we're going to have negative sine theta, then over negative sine, and then treat this whole thing as an angle, negative sine 180 degrees minus theta. And then minus, because 3 times negative sine theta is negative 3 sine theta. Okay, 180 degrees minus theta is in the second quadrant, and then sine of the angle here is positive. It's going to be negative sine theta, then minus sine theta. This part reduces to sine theta. Don't forget the division line, then minus 3 sine theta. Okay, so we have negative sine theta over negative sine theta minus 3 sine theta. Then negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. So negative sine theta minus 3 sine theta is negative 4 sine theta. So this is negative sine theta divided by negative 4 sine theta. Sine theta divided by sine theta is 1. So we remain with negative 1 at the top. And then we remain with negative 4 in the denominator there. So we have negative 1 over negative 4, which is 1 over 4.